5. Kakapo. Strigops hobroctylus. The kakapo is a nocturnal, flightless parrot endemic to New Zealand, with no close relatives at all. This odd-looking yet sweet bird is critically endangered. Kakapos are loners who never leave their territory, but stay in the same range for most of their life. They nibble seeds, plants, and various fruit from the ground, though they can climb high into trees. They like to leap from trees and flap their flightless wings, but at best manage a comical yet controlled plummet. Before man arrived on the islands of New Zealand, this bird was very common throughout all the forests. But when humans and other predatory mammals arrived, their numbers dropped dramatically. By the 1990s, there were only 50 left, and now none can be found in the wild, but in conservation parks, where much effort is being invested to bring their numbers up again. 4. Rufous-headed hornbill. Rhabdodorhinus valdini. Native to the Philippines, the rufous-headed hornbill is one of the most endangered of its species. They sport a bony casque which sticks out from the top of their wrinkly red-orangey bills. The bill may seem strong, but it is actually structurally thin with hollow bone cells. Rufous-headed hornbills have an interesting way of protecting their little ones. Both mama and papa use saliva and mud to build a wall across the entrance to a tree cavity, essentially sealing the female and eggs inside. They leave a small hole at the top through which the male can pass food. And if that isn't enough, the parents are extremely territorial when defending the nest. The rufous-headed hornbill is now extinct on some of the Philippine islands due to severe deforestation, in addition to hunting and nest poaching. However, a great conservation effort is being made to save them, mainly by guarding their nests. Optimistically, their numbers seem to be back on the rise. 3. New Zealand rock wren. Xenocus gilviventris. As one hears from the name, the New Zealand rock wren is endemic to the South Island of New Zealand. Its Maori name, Piwawa, means little complaining bird, and Matuatui, which means twitch, after its bobbing motion. The New Zealand rock wren is not the best flyer. It can hardly manage more than 7 feet off the ground or distances of more than 100 feet. They hop and run in a very unusual way as they bob their heads and flick their wings. They have long, stout legs, making them good rock climbers. They can survive in high altitudes, with snow year-round, up to a height of 1,000 feet. Rock wrens eat mainly invertebrates from the ground, as well as berries, seeds, and nectar from flax flowers. The New Zealand rock wren population decreased dramatically almost by 50% between 1985 to 2005. The remaining survivors were removed to the southern tip of the southern island for conservation, closely monitored and kept away from their main predators, stoats and rats. 2. Streseman's bristlefront. Marulaxus stresemani. The Streseman's bristlefront is one of the rarest birds on Earth, so rare that there is only one left. Researchers thought all was lost until in December 2018 in Brazil, one bristlefront was spotted. You would think this would have brought hope for the species. But unfortunately, due to the loss of most of their habitat in the Atlantic forests of the Americas, the chances are pretty slim. The Atlantic forest has been reduced to less than 8% of what it was, and as a result, many species have become completely extinct. The Streseman's bristlefront is an unusual species. These long-tailed burrow nesters from the Rhinocryptidae family get their name from the feathers on their heads. They are almost 8 inches long. The male is charcoal gray, and the female a reddish cinnamon brown. 1. South Philippine dwarf kingfisher. Cix melanurus. For the first time in 130 years, this Philippine-based bird has been spotted, and for the first time ever photographed and exposed to the world. One of the most unpredictable flyers. This cute little species managed to evade us since 1890. The South Philippine dwarf kingfisher has a stunningly colored plumage with a kaleidoscope of metallic lilac, orange, and bright blue spots. They breed and roost in tropical or subtropical habitats such moist lowland forests. Their numbers are endangered to habitat loss. The scientist Miguel David de Leon, as well as the rest of his team, have dedicated their careers to studying, documenting, and ensuring this sweet bird's conservation.